recording?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, part 2 on cleaning up your images to make your pattern in paintnet. And thank you, honey, for the great help you were in making our curved line on our soccer ball in part 1. All right, we want to clean up our lines here. You can see they're pretty jagged looking. And this is better to do at the close-up. So, first of all, we're going to change our tool to a pencil. And we're going to fill in here a little bit. You're just putting down a few more pixels. Oops. Because if you have, I right click to get rid of some of them. If you have too many 1 pixel areas, you're going to end up with some crappy tiny folds. Okay, so we want it a little bit thicker through here. Get rid of that little one. And I don't like just 1 pixel areas. And we might as well fill that in. And I'm just kind of cleaning up, right clicking, left clicking. Okay, let's zoom in even closer. And if you can see, that way you can see where your individual single pixels, at least all through here, we have 2 pixels and 3 pixels. Here's a single one right there. These all have a couple, so we're okay on those. This all looks okay. Now we get here and you see 1 pixel in a row. Don't like that. So it's up to you where you want to make it a double. So you want to fill all these single ones. That way you're not going to get just single measurements or duplicate measurements of, oh, this one starts at 1.2 and it ends at 1.2. Yeah, I don't like those. It's way easier for me to make the adjustments. I might miss a few, but it's easier to make the corrections in here than it is, I think, later when your pattern's already printed.
Missed one.
Huh?
Missed one right there. That's so fine you can't see it on the camera anyways.
Nobody can see what I'm doing on the camera?
Not really.
You can't get closer? You can zoom in.
It's still hard to see what's going on.
See, I go in and fix a lot of just the 1 pixel areas. So that's what I'm doing right now. Do you want to pause it maybe? Because they don't want to continue to watch me clean up these little areas. I'm just left clicking to lay down 1 pixel. Anywhere I see where there's just 1 little pixel all by itself.
Okay, well, instead of pausing it, why don't you just go on to the next step? Because I could only stop it, I can't really pause it.
Oh, you can't pause it?
No.
Okay. All right. let's just clean this one up. Oops. This was the top of the ball here when we were putting down that line. Okay, so later with this image, if it was me making the pattern, I'd go in and change all these a little bit, add some more thickness to the line. But you can see what I've been doing, and that'll give you an idea of cleaning it up yourself. Okay, now we're going to look to make sure we don't have any stray, shadowy little pixels left on here that the pixel counter might pick up. Remember we had some right here? See those little blue? Can you see the little blue,
yeah,
gray? Those would count. So right click it. You can just hold right click down with the pencil and then the little arrow down on your keyboard and go like that. And it gets rid of them really fast. There's still a few. Let's right click, arrow up, gone. All right. Looks pretty good. Don't see any. Let's zoom back out. How's it looking? Better, right?
Yeah. Didn't know I was supposed to answer.
My last, I'm going to go back in and make sure contrast is at 100%. All right, now let's generate our pattern and make sure everything turned out okay. How many minutes are we at?
7.
Okay, let's go to our effects, object, pixel counter 2. We wanted this to be 20 centimeters because that's what we chose in our resize. So change that. Save file. Let's save it to the desktop. Oh, gotta name it. Soccer ball. Select OK. All right, let's close out of this. If this was your own pattern, you'd say save, because then you can always go back in, and I'll save it in case the person who wanted me to work on this wants it. And that way I can go back. Okay, there's soccer ball. Let's open it up, double check to make sure our measurements are okay. All right, let's see. Looking good, okay, at the beginning, because we don't have any. Oh! Don't you hate that when your computer pops up something like that? So far, our measurements are looking pretty good. Nothing too small. I don't see a lot of. I don't see any yet that have, oh, your measurements exactly the same, like 9.6, 9.6. But I'm sure there may be something on there. Since I didn't finish editing it, what I'm going to do is see how many pages. Okay, double check, because you're got 600 pages in the book, remember? So your last page you're folding on is 583. Don't pay any attention to that. That's just your number of folds. You're going to be doing 1,246 folds in this. Folds. But you did not go over your 600 pages. And let's see what page you'll start on. You're starting on page 13. So subtracting 13 from 583 is taking 570 pages of your book. So if you had a perfectly 600-page book, you'd start on page 15, and then you'd have 15 pages at the end. Stop laughing at me. All right, looks good to me. It doesn't look like you have any crazy, small, weird measurements. And that's it. Any other questions? You can always ask any of us in the group, and hope that helped. Bye. Happy New Year!